What?
Why do you want the kitchen table, Claude?
It's where I've left the invitation.
Oh, no!
Claude!
You don't get in without the invitation.
Oh, leave this to me! Oh. Useless. Aren't we silly? We seem to have left our invitation at home. But surely such beautiful ladies as us would always be invited and allowed into the royal balls.
Sorry, madam. Orders is orders. No invitation, no admittance.
Oh, horrible little boy!
Hello, everybody!
Bones, what are you doing here?
Well, what, you're not got in yet? I thought you'd all be tripping the like fantastic with all the flush inside by now.
Well, someone forgot the invitation.
Yes.
And you'll suffer for it later.
Well, what did these invitations look like? Did they happen to be on a big, posh piece of card with fancy writing on it?
Yes.
Well, I found it on the floor by the kitchen table, and I didn't know what to do with it.
Button, where is it?
Well, I...
Yes.
Brought it here for you.
Oh.
Come, Mother! Let us leave these ruffians behind and go where our company will be appreciated!
Good idea. Go on, girls.
You know what I'm really going for tonight?
Oh, thank you, my boy. You won't go rewarded.
You will.
Here. Have a fiver. On second thoughts, you only waste it on drinking and having a good time. So perhaps it'd be better if I invest it for you.
What are you? Do you want a job?
No thanks, I've got one.
Yeah, well, this one pays. They're short-handed down in the kitchen tonight, so if you want a job, we'll take you down there and we'll sort you out.
Yeah, all right. I will.
Well, there are lots of charming girls. It's quite a turnout.
Yes, but where's the girl I met yesterday? She's the one I want to marry.
I must confess, I'm anxious to meet her.
Right, come on, girls. Girls, look. Prince Charming's right there. Go and get him. Go on, have him.
Why don't we take a stroll in the moonlight? It's such a lovely evening!
Oh, yes, she looks so much better in the dark.
Ladies, I'm really not sure this is a good idea.
Really? Oh, can't you see where you're not wanted?
Me? It's you that's not wanted. Look into my eyes.
Which one?
Oh, the one that's working.
Come here, my boy! What you need is a real woman.
Oh, if it's a real woman he wants, it's no good coming to you. I mean, there's more padding in you than a well-stuffed sofa.
Oh, could you?
This is where I disappear.
You horrible sister! Now look! It's gone!
It was all your fault.
My fault, you're always trying to put the blame on me. I have had enough of you. Are you done? No, that's just a drop in the ocean.
Oh, I wish you would.
Would what?
Drop in the ocean.
You know what? There's two things in life I can't stand. And you're both of them!
Hello, everybody! Her Highness, the Princess Crystal.
Welcome to our ball, Princess.
Thank you, Your Highness.
Have we met somewhere before? At another state occasion, perhaps?
I don't think so.
Yet I seem to know your face and your voice. Never mind, you are here, and that is sufficient.
My lords, ladies and gentlemen, supper is being served in the adjoining room.
May I have the pleasure of accompanying you?
Certainly, Your Highness.
Show me the way.
Did you ring, sir?
No, the bell did.
He's been enjoying himself. Can I get you anything, sir?
Yes, can you get me a
Chair?
What do I want with a chair?
Sorry, my mistake.
Haven't I seen you somewhere before?
Yes, I've been handing out the refreshments.
Thank you, I will.
You will what?
You said you were offering some refreshments.
Supper is being served in the room next door.
All the supper I need is here.
Oh, that's
Come
very
here,
good.
what did you say your name was?
Chumley Chumley with a hyphen, what's yours?
Whiskey Whiskey with a siphon.
Ah, Claude, there you are. Come on, all the food's been laid out in the front room.
And all the guests are laid out in the back room.
Claude, any more back chat and have your separation?
Separation?
Yes, I'll separate your head
Oh!
from your body. Oh! Come on, Claude! Ah.
Can I get you anything? Oh, no, look who it is, Trini and Susanna.
What are you doing here?
Well, he said that they needed some help in the kitchens.
Yes.
So I'm helping them out.
But you're awesome!
That's awesome!
Yes, but this job actually pays real.
Oh, a cheeky boy!
Look, there's the prince.
Yay! You won't escape me this time.
Oh, dude, I saw him first.
Oh, come here, young man. How are you?
Now what do I do? Well, you're doing pretty well as far as I can see. Really, ladies, I fear you're under a misapprehension.
Oh, really? I thought it was a chandelier. Look at him. He's lovely.
That's not the prince. That's his best friend, Dandini. The prince is the one that's been dancing with the Princess Crystal all night long.
You mean to say that we've been chasing the wrong one all night? It's not fair! Oh no! I think I'm going to swoon.
Oh, no, you can't do that!
Just watch me.
Oh, we're never getting married at this rate!
You get married?
What do you mean by that?
Well, you're not exactly in the first flush of youth, are you? Do you know what you really want?
Oh, yes, we do.
Tell you what we want, what we really, really want.
Tell me what you want, what you really, really want.
Tell you what we want, what we really, really want.
Tell me what you want, what you really, really want.
I really, really, really want a zig-a-zig car.
If you want my future, forget my past. If you want it everything, then make it fast. Now don't go wasting my precious time. Get your act together, we could be just fine.
Tell you what we want, what we really, really want.
Tell me what you want, what you really, really want.
I really, really, really want a zig-a-zig car.
If you wanna be my lover, you gotta get with my friend. Make it last forever, friendship never ends. If you wanna be my lover, you ain't got to live. Take it as seriously as what it is.
What you think about that? Now you know how I feel. Say you can handle my love. Are you for real? I won't be hasty. Give you a try. If you're in love with me, then I'll say goodbye. We'll tell you what we want, what we really, really want.
Now tell me what you want, what you really, really want.
I really, really, really want a zig-a-zig car.
You wanna be my lover.
Sure do. It's so young and so firm. Let's go, girl!
This is the most wonderful night of my life. I wish it could go on forever and ever. It's only the first of many such evenings for you and my chosen bride.
But supposing I wasn't a princess at all, but just an ordinary girl.
That doesn't matter to me. When you first met me, you fell in love with me for what I am, not for who I am. Ladies and gentlemen, it's nearly midnight and I have an announcement to make. It's time to announce who is to be my chosen bride. It's the Princess Crystal.
What?
Where is she?
Hello, everybody!
Did you see the princess?
No, I only saw a servant girl running out the back. But I found this.
It must belong to the princess. Dandini, tomorrow we shall go through the town, and whoever fits this shoe will be my wife.
It will be...
I'm
eyes, and when you reopen them, you will find yourself safely back at home.
Girls, I'm sure it's this way.
At the next roundabout, take the third exit. Recalculating. In 300 yards, turn left. Recalculating. In 500 yards, bear right, then turn left. Recalculating. Are you listening to me? In 200 yards, turn right. For goodness sake, recalculating. Take the next left. I said left. Why do I bother? Do I care if you're lost? Find it yourself.
Oh, come on, we're never going to get home at this rate.
I'm tired of my legs ache, and I think I've got a stone in my shoe.
Then sit down and take it off.
Not on this dirty old road, I guess.
Oh, would you expect a red carpet laid down for you, dear?
I should have realised I get no sympathy from you.
No, don't start that again. Isn't it just typical? We get invited to the royal ball. We set our caps at the wrong man. And then that carriage drives into a ditch.
Yeah, and you had to be Miss Cleverclaws and insist we go down to the crossroads.
Yes.
As if we're going to get any help at this time of night.
True.
It's not my fault this has turned out into a fiasco.
Hold on, listen. I can hear something.
What?
Footsteps.
Oh,
Why? Go, oh, go!
who can that be?
I don't know. It could be anybody.
It might be the
It
prince.
might be the prince. It might be the prince. Look glamorous.
It's Buttons.
Buttons, what are you doing here?
I just came to tell you that the carriage is back on the road.
Oh.
And we can continue our journey.
Oh, well done, Buttons.
Whoa, 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 whoa. You mean walk all the way up that road?
Not likely.
No way, not in these hills.
Not in your Nelly.
Just as you like, but rather you than me.
What do you mean by that, Buttons?
Well, I don't mean to alarm you or anything, but
Yes?
they do say that this place is haunted by ghosts of the criminals that they used to execute on this very spot.
This very spot.
You mean there's just some ghost hanging around?
Oh, dear! I'm getting really frightened now, Buttons. Surely there can't be any
There's
truth
no
in this
No,
story.
he's just mucking with
Wait,
us.
what's behind that
There's
tree?
no...
Whoa!
Whoa! Buttons, just doing that. There's no...
In the lab and late one night, when my eyes beheld an eerie sight. My monster from the slab began to rise. Suddenly, to my surprise, he did the monster mash. It was a graveyard smash. It goes all in a flash. He did the monster mash. The hall of four in the castle east, to the master bedroom where the vampires feast. The ghouls all came from their humble abode to get a jolt from my electrodes. They did the monster mash. It was a graveyard smash. It goes all in a flash. They did the monster mash. The zombies were having fun. The
this. Oh, hello, Cinders. You missed a real slap-up party. Loads of food and drink.
Yeah, I think the sisters might have had a bit much, judging by the noises they're making this morning.
Then the prince fell in love with this girl, who disappeared, leaving only her shoe behind. The prince is determined to find out who she is, and he's coming around the town today. Whoever the shoe fits will be his wife.
Cinderella! My back won't shave itself!
Right, there you are. I've brought the heavy mob with me. I've given the other Eustace 3 the sack, so you better stay out of my way.
Yeah, the Baron's not ready with his money yet.
Oh, so we've still got the pleasure of your company, have we?
That's right, we've been sacked because we didn't collect the Baron's debt. So now, we need a new job.
I tell you what, I've been a little hard on you. Why don't you see this? Do this, I'll see you get paid.
What's this for? I'll give you 3 guesses. You're supposed to sleep on it. Now look what you've done. The Baroness will go mad at that. Oh, we better fix it. Right, okay. When I nod my head, you hit it.
Yes, I did! Have you not finished yet? What's this? That broom's been in our family for years and years. It's only had 2 new handles and 1 new head. How long were you in your last job?
3 months.
And what were you doing?
3 months.
Oh, right, look, why don't you go to the stable, see if there's some work to be done with the horses. I wonder, could Buttons be right? Does the prince really want to marry me? But how could I explain that I'm not really the Princess Crystal, but just plain Cinderella? Nothing you can say would take me away from my guy. Nothing you can do, 'cause I'm stuck like you with my guy. I'm sticking to my guy like a stamp to a letter, like the words of a feather. We stick together. I'm telling you from the start, I can't be torn apart from my guy. Nothing you could do could make me untrue to my guy. Nothing you could write could make me tell a lie to my guy. I gave my guy my word of honor to be faithful, and I'm gonna. You best be believing I won't be deceiving my guy. As a matter of opinion, I think it's tough. My opinion is he's the cream of the crop. As a matter of taste, to be exact, he's my ideal. As a matter of fact, no muscle bound man could take my hand from my guy. No handsome face could ever take the place of my guy. He's made out to be a movie star, but when it comes to being happy, we are the kind of man today who could take me away from my guy. There's not a man today who could take me away from my guy.
I'm never drinking again.
Jimmy Clark, I can't stand you this morning.
I can't stand you any morning.
Oh, you poor thing.
It's one night.
Here, I've brought you some aspirin and a drink of water.
I'd rather have a pint of Guinness.
Oh, Cinderella, keep your voice down.
Oh.
I'm feeling best today.
You spin me right round, baby, right round. Like a No, I didn't see you lot were up.
Obviously.
Did you have a nice time last night?
I think so.
There's noise.
I really make less noise. I make less noise in an aeroplane, for example.
Ah, Jason, my boy, would you be so kind as to get me a cup of coffee, very strong and very black?
Pardon?
I said, Jason, my boy, would you be so kind as to get me a cup of coffee, very strong and very black?
Pardon?
I said, Jason, my boy! Would you be so kind as to give me a cup of coffee? Very strong and very black!
Alright, there's no need to shout.
No need to shout.
Hello, everybody! The prince is here.
What? What?
It's true, his carriage has just arrived.
The prince!
Oh, of course! He's come on that silver slipper! He's going to try on! Whoever it fits gets to be his bride! Girls, carry me! Cinderella, there's no need for you to be here, so I'm going to clean the castle. There we go.
His Royal Highness, Prince Charming, Dandini, and Lord Antony. You all know why we're here, so there's no need for delay. Baron, please present your daughter.
Oh, let me go first. I am the eldest.
Oh, yes, she's much older than I am.
What do you mean by that?
Only the two bastards did.
Oh, you horrible sister!
Ladies, each shall have her turn.
With who first? Oh! Shall I go first? Oh. Right, I'm sure. Sorry about that. I'm sure it'll fit. Push it on then, boy.
Madam, the shoe is plainly not yours.
It doesn't fit. Oh, my turn. Oh. Mummy.
There's always Match.com. Don't worry.
It fits. Oh, it fits.
Madam, the shoe is not yours either.
There's always dating in the dark, dear.
Baron, do you have any other ladies in the house?
No.
Yes! My daughter!
But she didn't come to the ball!
Nevertheless, I should still like to see her.
Oh, she's not fit to be seen.
No.
She's my daughter, and as such, she has every right to be here. Buttons, go and fetch her.
But she'll only disgrace us, Mummy. Tell her she can't come.
Claude, you...
No! I've put up with you and your awful daughters for long enough. It's about time you realise.
Princess Crystal, oh, at last I found you. Not Princess Crystal, but just plain Cinderella. Your Highness, please remember that the slipper must be tried on first. Of course.
It's never going to fit.
She has mad feet.
Huge fit. Look at the size of...
I will.
How did you come to be the Princess Crystal? That's what's the name that I gave you. Who are you? I'm Cinderella's fairy godmother.
Fairy godmother?
Silence! Cinderella, you may now take your rightful place as the chosen bride of His Royal Highness Prince Charming. May you both enjoy many years of happiness together.
But shall I ever see you again?
Yes, my dear, on your wedding day. But for now, I wish you farewell. Dandini, Lord Antony, please send a message throughout the land and update my Facebook status to say that I have found my bride.
Was it really you last night? To think I didn't recognise you. But you didn't look half as lovely then as you do now, in your old clothes with that bit of dirt on your nose.
Have I? Oh, Buttons, we'll always be friends, won't we?
You just try and stop me.
Now it's time to leave and make our preparations. Cinderella, now that I've found you, I'm never going to let you go.
You're just too close to be true. Can't take my eyes off you. You feel like heaven to touch. I wanna hold you so much.
At long last, love has arrived, and I thank God I'm alive.
buying themselves dresses. I think they've got their eyes on Dandini. Poor bloke.
Now that the Baron's going up in the world, he's managed to pay off all he owes me, and I've got my eye on that Lord Anthony bloke.
Ah, there you are, Buttons. Is everything ready?
Yes, everything's getting there.
Excellent.
Buttons! Thank you. Buttons, have you ironed my new frock? You know, the frock I got from that nice new posh shop at the top of town. What's it called? Bon Marché.
Yes, those bags from the charity shops are never big enough, are they?
Buttons, I've never been to a charity shop.
No, one day, Buttons, you'll be sorry.
Yes, very sorry, Buttons.
All right, girls, stop it. Calm down. Right, okay. Cinderella isn't quite ready yet.
Oh, really?
So we've got to blag it for another 5 minutes.
Okay. So what are we going to do? We can strip.
No!
Did you say yes? No! Did you say yes? No! Okay. They're not clean on anyway.
How about we sing a song?
Oh, sing a song!
Yeah, we know any good song?
Oh, yes, I tell you what, my sister, my twin older sister, uglier sister,
yes,
has actually just learnt a song in Spanish.
Oh!
Would you like to hear it?
Yes!
You would?
Spanish?
Yes!
Oh, no.
She's very good. I'm sure you've all heard it before. If you'd like to sing along, please do.
They call me Macarena, and the boys they sing Cinderella. They all want me, they all have me, so they all wanna dance beside me. Move with me, shout with me, and then the girl I take you home with me. Down into the world, I agree, Macarena. Take it to the father, they agree, Macarena. Down into the world, I agree, Macarena. Hey, Macarena. Down into the world, I agree, Macarena. Take it to the father, they agree, Macarena. Down into the world, I agree, Macarena. Hey, Macarena.
Wasn't she good? Okay, this time when we sing the song, we'd like you to join in with some hand moves. Do you think you can do that? I'm sure you could. Very good at the back. What we'd like is everyone to stand up. Come on, come on. If you stand next to someone really old, about 35, 40, help them up as well. So I'm going to you guys to show us how to do the hand movement. Yes, the ones that we can do in public. Yes, that's it. Are we ready?
Gotta take the weather and agree, Macarena. Get you to the bottle and agree, Macarena. Gotta take the weather and agree, Macarena. Hey, Macarena. Gotta take the weather and agree, Macarena. Take you to the bottle and agree, Macarena. Gotta take the weather and agree, Macarena. Hey, Macarena. Woo-hoo, they were good.
I have to say, you're rubbish. What was she doing? Hey, here we go. Look at the bum on that. Everyone again, are you ready? Do you think you can do it this time? 1, 2, 3.
Gotta take the weather and agree, Macarena. Take you to the bottle and agree, Macarena. Gotta take the weather and agree, Macarena. Hey, Macarena. Gotta take the weather and agree, Macarena. Take you to the bottle and agree, Macarena. Gotta take the weather and agree, Macarena. Hey, Macarena.
You were very good. In fact, you were the best Saturday night we've had all week.
I think Cinderella must be ready by now.
Oh, I would certainly hope so.
I hope so too.
Right, let's off to the wedding. We'll
Let's
see
go.
you there. Bye.
Hear the sound of coming, hear the drum is strumming, what you want.
change. I'd be delighted to give it some thought. Maybe you'll agree that we really ought to. 2, 3, 4.
We could have been anything that we wanted to be. The conversation is ours. It's been decided where we can divide it. And we should cover up our mouths.
We could have been anything that we wanted to be. And I'm not saying we should. That if we try it, we'll have to find it. Maybe the best thing we could find. Flowers on the earth. Everything that's our future is worth. Very nice. Shaking up the hand. Maybe don't be trusting. We try to understand. No doubt about it. They could be the one. We're friends who can say. We could have been anything that we wanted to be. If nothing vision is ours. It's been decided that we can divide it. We're friendship and love. We feel a little love and it all comes back to you. La 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 la. It's gonna be remembered for the things we say and do. La 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 la. We feel a little love and it all comes back to you. La 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 la. It's gonna be remembered for the things that we say and do. La 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 la.
Hold it! Just before John gets into his little speech, if you don't mind, and hopefully you'll bear with us, there are a few little gifts that us, the cast here, would like to give out this evening, obviously, as it's our last pantomime. Oh, yes it is! Oh, yes it is! I'm afraid so. So,
You haven't learned your lines.
I haven't, no. Which would be a first, obviously. We'd just like to say a quick few words, if that's okay, if you don't mind, obviously, before John says his thing. So, it's been a fantastic 40 years, obviously, for Colin and Rose, and for those of us that have come along that time. Me, I think it's about 28 years. And of course, I only look 23.
No, you don't.
Thanks to my wife is why I'm here. She actually was in the group before I turned up. And when I turned up, I was the only bloke. Fancy being the only bloke back there with all those women. That's why I am like I am! No, right, okay, so we'd just like to hand out a few gifts. We have had the most fantastic week here, and obviously from the rehearsals after Christmas, it's been fantastic. We have such a good, really, to be honest with you, this bit here is great, but everything that goes before it, for me, is even better. It's really good fun, we're great friends, we really enjoy our company, and it's a really good time. So, no more than that, we just want to say a big thank you to John, and obviously to Rose and Colin, that have done so much also for the Airport Monxton pantomime. I'm sure John's going to talk about that. But a few gifts first. First of all, we'd like to give Rose a large bunch of flowers. Where are those flowers? Look at them. Some chocolates for Rosie too! She won't be eating when we will be! Shall I put them down there, Rose? Look at that. Thornton's only the best. And Colin, where's Colin? Colin, please come forward. Come here, darling. Right, we've got some mints for you, Colin. Yeah. We were going to go out and get you a nice little trophy, you know, something sort of special. We thought, no, we'd get you some tobacco. Also, for Colin and Rose, a photograph of our last performance, the last cast. So this is for you guys. Ah. We're all in there.
Trying to make me cry.
Yes, we are! Trying to make you cry. Is this one full? Ah! John Baxter. Top man. Obviously, most of us have come from Harroway School, I think. All of them. Even Rose and Colin. We're at Harroway School when John was there. You can see from his teachings, you know, what's happened to Rose and Colin. So, John, this is for you, sir. Hey, no worries. What's it like receiving presents from a bloke in a dress?
Every Saturday night.
Every Saturday night. No, there's a big present back there.
I've got that.
No, there's another one back there, the bin bag. Sorry.
Something didn't make the round.
There was one raffle present left. And we couldn't give it out, could we? Is it there? Lily's gonna get it. Well, just talk amongst yourselves. We'll make sure you're in the pub, don't worry. Here it is. Let's take the bin bag off. Right, John Baxter. John Baxter comes from up north. A lot of people have come from up north moan about how bad it is down south. It's funny they're still here. Hey, it's crap. Women are ugly, yeah, and it's far too warm. I don't know what he knows about the women being too ugly. John.
Oh, good grief.
This has been signed by all the first team players of Wigan. No, actually, it hasn't actually. It's been signed by all the first team players of the Ample and Monxton pantomime.
They're probably players.
So, John, this is for you. From all the cast.
That's from us.
Oh, blimey. Oh, good heavens.
Because you saved bacon.
Earlier on this week, though, the BAFTA Awards were going on. And I thought,
You thought you were there,
no,
John?
that would be the DAFTA. And I thought, I wonder what you do if you're up for a prize. Do you prepare the speech and tempt fate that actually you're not going to win something? And then, if you do win it, you get taken by surprise. You know, if you've not prepared it. So, if you pardon, I've just got to. There is a few words.
You sit down.
Yeah.
No one has no toilet roll in the toilet. I've been tired to go.
And because we've got all the people to actually thank for this week as much as anything else. And the first lot, and actually because of what we're going to do in a minute, we'll bring them out. I'm going to bring out the technicians. Now technicians normally stay in the dark and the gloom, and they seldom come out in sunshine. In fact, I've noticed that some of them don't even cast a shadow and have no reflection in the mirror. And so come on guys, out you come, out you come. Down there, this show is such an ambitious enterprise, technically, you know, with lights and the sound and everything else. And absolutely fundamental to it is everything that Ashley over there and Giles
do here. And without them, it really could not have existed at all. Thank you. Over the years, in fact, ever since the very first one that I did, there's been one person, apart from Rose and Colin himself, who's been ever present. And that's actually John Cicluna, who is stood by the video camera there. And he's come along and he's done all sorts of things over the years. He's done the box office. One year when we did 3 shows in the Saturday afternoon, and the Emperor of China, Alison Cotton, got a migraine in between the first and the second show. And John actually came up and played the Emperor of China with the script in his hand, while Alison sat in the cupboard at the back there trying to get over this migraine. And I sat in the car out the front learning the lines for the last show. And so thanks very much to John for everything that he has done. We have the band. Now this lot, arguably the best bunch of musicians in this area. Although with me in the band, it's not an argument that you're ever going to win. And this, you know, we spent minutes rehearsing it last week, and the difference that live music makes to a show like this is actually inestimable. You know, you hear sort of pre-recorded stuff and MIDI files and things like that. The energy that you get from live music is just fantastic. So thanks a lot, fellas. She's not actually here, but I have to thank my wife as well, because in a rash, we always go to, after we've cleaned up tomorrow, we always go for Sunday lunch to a pub somewhere, and we were discussing where to go, and in a moment of rashness, she said, well, I tell you what, we'll do it here. They can all come to us. So I think there's 25 coming tomorrow for Sunday lunch. So we have to thank.
So if you want a Sunday roast tomorrow,
yeah, just turn up. It's not mine. 1 or 2. Doesn't matter. Just took a few more roasties in, and away we go. And the last thanks is to all this lot. And as Paul said, at some point or other, there's only 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. These 3 here that I haven't actually taught. And it's a measure of how good my teaching has been. They've ended up on stage in a Monxton pantomime. And for the fun that we have in the rehearsals, it's just unbelievable. The rehearsals are supposed to last from 7:30 to 9:30. If we get going by 7:45, then we've done really well. And after we've got going, then Paul arrives. And finally, you know, it's probably going to end in complete chaos round about 9 o'clock. You know, when I first came here, it was January 1977 to see Cinderella, and that's why we actually chose Cinderella to finish off with, because it sort of completes that kind of cycle. And I came to see the show, and playing the part of Prince Charming then was actually Noreen Beeves, who sat in the front row here. And she started as Prince Charming, and then later on in another version of Cinderella played one of the younger sisters. But that's life, isn't it?
Which one did I marry then, John?
I'll let you answer that on your way home. And Cinderella to me has always been my favourite of all the pantomimes, because it is the great pantomime story. It was my favourite story when I was a little boy. It's the favourite pantomime. And so to actually end with Cinderella has just been fantastic. And we went, and Dave and Maureen were there as well, and we went to the old, was it the next door to the Way Hill Fair, what's now the Pink Olive? Was it the Star?
Star.
We went there on New Year's Eve, 1978, and we just set up for the Queen of Hearts, because we opened with the Queen of Hearts, can you believe this, on the 2nd of January. And I can remember saying then, and at the time I was involved in all kinds of things all over Andover Dramatic Society, Andover Operatic Society, and so on and so forth. And I can remember saying then, that's a safe journey home. 3 rings when you get there. And I can remember saying then that this would be the last thing that I would stop. Of all the things that I do after school and out of school, this would actually be the last thing that I would stop. And so it has proved. It's provided so much fun and entertainment, we hope, for all kinds of people. And in the Tempest, right at the end of it, Prospero, who is sort of retiring to all intents and purposes, asks the audience for applause, and asks them so that their applause will fill the sails of his life, if you like, so that he can go to a happy conclusion. So, to you now, gentle breath of yours, my sails must fill, or else my project fails. Kind of emotion, because, you know, I'm from Wigan and I'm hard. but obviously I've lived in the soft south too long enough. And so we're going to end with we'll do the Bugsy Malone song again. And how appropriate is it that the last line of the last song in the last pantomime is you give a little love and it all comes back to you.